Hey YouTube, this is Farmall 51 here. I'm going to be putting the bottom radiator hose clamp on. After I fought with the radiator for about an hour here, well not quite an hour, but felt like an hour, felt like forever, but it's not easy to get it on with the way they've got it made here, but just getting this clamp undone right here, get it on. As you can see, it's a tight fit. Friend Ron says the German word, good and tight. Thanks goes out to Ron there for that. Alright, got that tightened up. Had to put the camera down. It was a little hard to use the ratchet with the holding the camera. But hopefully I got it all timed. Got it timed right. On most international distributors, this here is the #1 cylinder. And you'll notice this goes to the #1 cylinder. And it's numbered 1, 3, 4, 2 is the firing order. Got the coil wire here, got the positive wire on the coil hooked to the distributor. This wire here, as you can see, well you can't see there, but runs back to the switch. And then the other wire runs to the voltage regulator over here, right there, and then runs to the generator. It's hard to explain, but I'll do a video on that one day on the wiring when I have to wire the C that we're working on, and when I wire that, I'll do a video on that. But back to the 140, I've got pretty much everything put back together. They got the hydraulic lines put back, distributor, coil, all that hooked up, plug wires hooked up. But all radiator hoses, even the little bypass hose, there, I've got that hooked up. Haven't got the oil put back in it. That's what I'm fixing to do next. Got the carburetor hooked up, fuel line hooked up, breather hooked up, manifold on, everything's torqued down good. Generator, we just did the generator. Now let's see, I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna put the radiator fluid back in. I'm gonna put the oil in first, but put the oil in, and then I'm gonna put the gas back in it. Gas will be the last thing, and then I'll hook up the battery cable, and then we'll see if we can turn it over. The interesting thing about this engine here is this was the engine. If you've seen a couple videos back, the accident that I had, I was on my grandfather's 140, which is very similar to this 140 here. This here is a 1 year later. This is a 63 140. I was hit from behind, and as you've seen in another video, I was hit from behind, and the tractor was completely destroyed. And most everything on it was just mangled and just tore up. I mean, beyond use. But about the only thing of any value on the tractor that was salvageable was the engine. Now this engine here is what come in this tractor here that I just took out in earlier videos. Like I said, the number 3 cylinder there was pumping oil pretty bad and it's fouling it out so bad that you couldn't even run the thing. And eventually, when I get the money and get back, I'm going to put this on a crate and I'm going to tear it down and I'm going to go through it every piece and rebuild it and keep it as a spare, because like I said, I can put it in that the Super C there or the C here, or well, that's pretty much it. Like 504 that's got a larger engine in it, but and I can put it back in this one. If anything happens to those 3, I can have an engine to put back in that. But this engine here, the last time it ran, today's March the 1st. The last time this engine ran was March the 10th, 2007. So this will be kind of special here to when I crank this engine here, because the last time it ran, which like I'm saying, about 6:30 on March the 10th, that night that I got hit. So the last time I heard this run was that night, and it hasn't ran since. It's been in the shop here in the crate. So it'll be kind of special. Be kind of special and a little eerie too to hear it run again after 4 years. This will be 4 years coming up since I've heard this run, but this will be kind of interesting to hear it run and to see it run again. And it was on my grandfather's tractor, so I'll do a video. This will be one of the last videos I do. Be when I crank it. So I hope you'll watch that one. And like I said, that'll be a special one for me. So to hear it run again. But all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put the antifreeze in. I'm gonna put the oil in, and I'm gonna put the gas back in, and make sure I've got everything set up straight. And then we'll attempt to crank it. And hopefully it'll crank. It turns over free. I mean, it's got some resistance in it, so it's got compression. So, but hopefully it'll turn over and run. Hopefully it will after I've done all this work to it. But like I say, everything checked out on it good. So I feel pretty good about that. But so all right. Well, I'll turn it back on as soon as everything checks out. Alright, YouTube, got the hydraulic oil in, the high train in the pump there, engine oil in, antifreeze in, everything hooked up that I can see, and no bolts left over, so that's good. I'm going to leave the filler cap open to the reservoir there, just to because there'll be some air in the line, and I'll have to work that out, and I'll let it run for a minute. But all right, the next video I do, it should run. So this will be, I guess, my last video on the engine swap on the 140. So just let me know what you think, and like I said, the next video will be of it cranking. So, but I've got to run today. I won't be able to crank it today. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I appreciate all the comments and the views. I really appreciate it, and I'll be doing probably a few more videos on doing a little bit of mechanic work and stuff like that on the tractors, and then the Cub there and the little low boy there in May, they'll be getting overhauled, so that'll be a long video process there. But well, I appreciate it. All right, and next video is this will be cranking. So all right, bye.